This conference will now be recorded.
So in today's topic, we'll try to discuss about abstractions, the second feature of object-oriented programming. So the purpose of abstraction is nothing but hiding the data in methods. Let me enlarge the screen. Yeah, abstraction means the concept of hiding the properties of a class from other class, or other class is known as abstraction. So you are maintaining the properties in one class, and you are hiding that properties in one class and referring that class to other classes that way. Now, example, static variable can be accessed from the outside of the class using a class name. So when you have a static variable, which is the variable which is created within the class and outside of the method, you can able to access outside of the class print class name dot static variable name. You can able to access, but I want to restrict this in order to hide the properties of the class. So if you want to be hide the property of the static variable or the value of the static variable, you can do it with the help of abstraction. For an example, I don't want to disclose the bank name where I have an account. Bank name is nothing but static variable. The reason is there are multiple customers or an employees who belongs to the same bank. If I'm asking bank employee name or a customer name or a customer number, those are non-static variables because those are unique. So will be changed for one customer to other customer or one employee to other employee, the name or account numbers or an employee. So those things we consider as a non-static variable. Now I want to hide the properties of a static variable or a non-static variable or method or etc etc. Can I do it? Means yes, we can do it with the help of abstraction. So what I did here is example underscore underscore x equal to 10. So earlier, if I want to write a static variable, directly we used to give the variable name equal to the value name. So variable is x equal to 10. But when you're coming to abstraction, since you want to make it as hiding the properties of x value, so we are just going to give a prefix of underscore 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 x equal to 10. So when you give like this, that x value will have a features of abstraction. So right now you can see here hiding static variable. I want to hide the static variable x equal to 1000, x equal to 100. So class sample underscore underscore x equal to 100, x equal to 10. So x equal to 100 will have a static variable concept, and it the features whatever you have it, those features will be in hide mode. And x equal to 10 is nothing but static variable. These features can be are common for methods or outside of the class. So def display self, nothing but method is created. Print sample dot underscore underscore x comma type of sample dot underscore underscore x. So you can get the value of 100 and you can get the type of the x value. Similarly, when you're trying to print the normal x, you're going to get the normal x. Now, when you create an object s1 equal to sample, nothing but its class name, object is created. Now s1 dot display, when you're initiating the method, it's not a constructor, it's a method. The system is going to print this too. Now, when you're trying to see the print option, print, you can able to see both. You can not. I'm not saying that you will not find underscore underscore x the value or anything. But when you're trying to print outside of the class, print sample dot underscore underscore x, it the system given a restriction saying that it cannot be accessed. But when you're trying to print class name dot static variable name called sample dot x, system will show the value. The reason is the underscore underscore x will behave like a hiding property. It has a feature of abstraction. Are you getting my point? Now I'm just executing this. You can see here I can get 100 because of this print. You just used first, you created this object called s1 with the reference of the class and s1.display. So this method is initiated and you can get the value of 100 and 10. Now you can see print sample.x. So you're getting this 10 again. Now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to print this one also. I'm re-executing the code. Now you can see the error. Type object sample has no attribute underscore underscore x. So if you are trying to access any static variable outside of the class, system is trying to say that the particular variable is not there. Though the variable is available, it is in hide mode. The features are not going to be displayed. This will help you when you're coming to banking industry, generally financial industries. So if you want to hide the properties of one variable and you want to be accessed through method only, like a deposit method or withdraw method, if you want to be access or a balance, you cannot able to access the balance outside of the class. You can able to access the balance of a customer in one method, not in all the methods. So those scenario you can use this. Any questions on this abstraction?
Oh, much.
Similarly, if you want to be hide non-static variable also, you can use the same concept. So class name, nothing but sample, and I have one static variable. Again, it's a abstraction feature. So underscore underscore x equal to 100 df display in bracket self. So it is a method self dot underscore underscore y equal to 200. That means this is abstraction. Now print sample dot underscore underscore x and print sample dot underscore underscore y. Now this is the class which is created by us. Now I can able to print x value or y value with the help of method only, but outside of the method I cannot able to. Now s1 equal to sample is nothing but object creation has happened. Now s1 dot display, you can able to print sample dot underscore underscore x and you can able to see the value of sample dot underscore underscore y. But when you're trying to access these values outside of the class by using these functions, system will show error. Earlier you used to do so print sam class name dot static variable name used to get the value, but right now you're not getting the value because of abstraction. Similarly, print s1 dot underscore underscore y, nothing but s1 is nothing but object. You can able to call any non-static variable with a prefix of object um, or a reference variable name. So s1 dot underscore underscore y, you're going to get an error. Hope you're clear. Or you want me to execute it once? Hiding non-static variable. So this is the thing, and I'm executing. Now I'm trying to. You already observed when you come to static variable. I'm just trying to execute with object, and you can see. So sample object has no attribute underscore underscore y. Hope you're clear. Any questions? Similarly, the same concept apply, abstraction apply for your methods also. So class name underscore underscore x equal to 100 for a static variable I created abstraction. The abstraction feature is there for a static variable. Df display self, and for a non-static variable abstraction feature is there. So print x value, print y value, both are abstracted, so you cannot able to access outside of the class. So df display to self dot get sample dot underscore x plus sample dot underscore y. So within the method you can able to access, so you'll get the value and you can able to store it in jet value. Now print self dot jet, it will be accessed. Self dot underscore underscore display 3, you're trying to execute it. Now with from the display 2 you're trying to access display 3. So when you initiated display 2, when you're executing the display 2, then only the display 3 will be executed, but manually by creating an object or with the help of an object you cannot able to initiate display 3, because display 3 has an abstraction feature. Amini, are you there? Giri,
Yes, sir, ma'am.
are you getting what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
display2 is nothing but a method. So object reference variable dot display2, if I mention, that method will be initiated. But right now what is happening means display3 has an abstraction feature, nothing but underscore underscore as a prefix. So when you're trying to do manually, like the reference variable name or an object dot display3, system will show an error. So I am initiating display3 within the method of display2 or a display1 as per my convenient or as per the logic of my program. So self dot underscore underscore display3, I'm giving within the method of display2. Now I'm creating another method display underscore underscore display3 and print self dot jet. So what system will do is system is going to run this one within the class. So now I'm creating an object called s1 equal to sample. So class name sample address, indirect address is stored in reference variable s1 dot display. So the first method is initiated and the NSVs are initiated automatically, and the print x and print y value will be there. S1 dot display 2. So the system is going to be calculate the sum of x value and y value and store it in jet, and the jet value will be printed. Finally, the third method will be initiated. In a third method, again I have jet value that will be printed. And I also trying to print jet value outside of the class that will be printed, because here the jet is doesn't have any abstraction feature. It will be printed. But when I'm trying to execute underscore underscore display 3 from the outside of the class, that will be that will show error. And next thing is I cannot able to access x value and y value, both are has abstraction feature. Let me show you. So when you display when you initiate the first method, the system is displayed x value and y value. X is 100, y is 200. So you got 100 and 200 here. Hope you're clear. And
No,
display 2, when you use display 2 s1 dot display 2, you got the sum of x and y value stored in jet and displayed jet. So you got 300, first 300. Now again self dot underscore underscore display 3, you got print self jet. So again you are getting the same value. Now print s1 dot jet, you got another jet value. So this is the way it will be created. And when you're trying to access, example, when you're trying to access any method which has an abstraction feature, it will show an error. You can see here the method or an attribute doesn't have, not available in your class, attribute error. So ensure that this kind of problems you will not get it. So when you have an abstraction feature for any method, ensure that that method is included in another method for initialization like this, then only system will accept it. Simple example, class sample, husband name, input the husband name, wife name, input the wife name, husband name and wife age. So these two are restricted. So if anyone is trying to access the age of a husband or age of a wife outside of the class or outside of a method, system will not allow. But they can able to access husband name and wife name. Now s1 equal to sample. So the object is stored. The class is stored in an object called s1, nothing but reference variable. Print name of husband, print name of wife. They can able to access, but there is no method, so they cannot able to access the age of a husband and age of a wife. Hope you are clear why I'm using the abstraction. You have to create a method, and within the method you can able to print it. Any questions?
No more.
The next concept is called inheritance. Inheritance is nothing but, in a simple terminology, the habits of a father or a mother is coming to child. The same passion, when you're coming to inheritance, the futures of one class is coming to the other class, or the method of the method functionalities you are sharing to another method, the futures. So the properties, what the instead of using a term called futures, I'll use a term called properties since it's a programming language. So using a properties of one class into another class. So we can use the properties of one class into another class in two ways: has a relationship or is a relationship. So by using has a relationship, we can able to provide the inheritance between two different classes, or by using the relation is a relationship, we can able to maintain the relation between two classes. So we'll try to see difference between has a and is a. Has a relationship, using a class name of a reference variable name or a reference variable name, we can use the properties of one class to one class or one module. So try to underline yourself. I can able to give the properties of a module to module or a class to class in another class. So by giving the reference variable name of a class, so that means there is a has. So I am trying to get the relation between two different classes or two different modules. Is a relationship is nothing but without a classroom, class name. It's not a classroom. I was sleeping, so I'm typing. So please bear with me, one or two type of mistakes. Or a reference variable name. It's a class name, or a variable name, or a module name. Without, has means with. We can use the properties of one class in another class. So is a relationship we can implement in a Python by using inheritance. Has a relationship? No. So let's see. Program inheriting has a relationship without inheritance. So has a is a. So has means with reference, is a without reference. So class A, x equal to 10, def constructor I'm creating underscore init underscore self dot y equal to 20. So static variable x value and non-static variable y value, I have it. Def m1 equal to self, print from m1 module. So I created one class. Now I want to use the properties of class A in a class B. Now class B z equal to 30. So I have some values I created. That is also z is a non-static variable. Within the B class B, I am going to use dfm2 print a dot x. Now what I'm trying to do here is within the class called A, there is a x value. That x value is referred by a class name called A. So accessing a static variable called x by giving a prefix of your class name. So a dot x. Hope you're clear what I'm trying to say. Now, within the class B, I'm going to be create one object within the class B itself. So A1 equal to class name of A. Now, A1 has indirect address of A. So print A1 dot Y. So you're trying to get the properties of your Y. Nothing but non-static variable. So I'm going to prefix with object A1. Now A1 dot M1. You can able to initiate M1 also. So print B dot X. You can able to, since you created an object within the class, so you can able to call the x value with reference of b also. So sum of a dot x plus a1 dot y plus b dot z, you're storing in a variable called sum. So the sum of these three values, you can get it in sum. Now print sum value, you're going to get the sum value. So b1 equal to b, and you're trying to initiate the method called m2. So when you initiate the method of m2, indirectly within the method of m2, you have method 1 also, as well as class A properties. This is called has a relationship. So you're trying to, with reference of your class name, you're trying to access the properties of another class. Is it clear? I'm just giving a reference of one class, then only I can able to access it, or else I cannot able to access. Like a dot x, then object is created within the class. So again I refer my other class name a. So has a relationship. Any questions? How to create
No, ma.
inheritance by using has a relationship. Now within the class, within the same class, accessing the properties. Now let's see. Class A x equal to 10 and constructor is created, and within the constructor I have y value, and I'm trying to give some friendly message. Now another one method I created def m1 and some friendly message, def m2 some friendly message. But when I'm trying to access static variable, I'm going to prefix with your class name and print non-static variable self dot m1. So I am accessing the second m1 method with the reference of first method. With reference of first method, when I'm accessing the second method m2 outside of the class, automatically your first method is called. Nothing but the properties of m1 is also added to your m2. So when m2 is called by a1, the a1 address is stored in self of m2. Using the self of m2, you can access m1 properties and y value. Y value, how can I call? Y value is created in a constructor. I can able to call with the reference of self because it's within the class. And since I given self dot m1, I can able to call my second method also. Nothing but m1 method. So this is the way I can create has a relationship. But easy relationship is much better than has a relationship. So easy relationship we can implement in Python by using inheritance. Here, without class name or a reference variable name or a module name, we can use the properties of one class into another. Inheritance means what? The concept of making available, spelling mistake is there. So making available the properties of one class to another class is called inheritance. Inheritance is nothing but deriving a new class from the existing one. The deriving the class will have the features of both existing one and the new one. For an example, I have a habits of my father and I have my own habits. Two, I have it. One, the habits of my father, which I got it from my father, and along with that, I also have my different habits. So two different features I have within my new class called Amar. Hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. So the derived class has the properties of the features of from the reference class, as well as whatever you created within the class, in the derived class. Those properties also incorporated within the derived class only. So reference class properties you have, derived class properties you have, both you have. For an example, Amini is watching. Example I'm telling. They don't take personally. Amini is watching SQL subject from double three school, and she is also learning Python from Amar. So she is getting the properties from me, the Python classes, and since she learned the SQL from different trainer, she has the SQL properties also, nothing but SQL skills also within her. So she has both the skills. So the derived class called Amini has both the features, and the reference class, whatever from where you called it, she has that properties as well. But reference class will have only the properties of Python, but not the SQL. But derived class have both options. Now, the existing class is called as a base class or a superclass. Nothing but myself, when I'm sharing my training to Yamini Argiri, I'm going to be a base class or a parent class. And the derived class we call it as a child class or a subclass. Hope you're clear. The base class or a superclass is a class from which new class can be created, or derived classes or subclasses. Hope you're clear what I'm trying to say. So a class which is extended by another class is known as a superclass or a base class. A class which is extending another class is known as subclass or a derived class. Now you can see here. Class A, I created two static variables and some method. Since I not mentioned like a user-friendly message, I just use pass. And class B. Here, when I'm creating class B, in bracket, I just mentioned A. A is nothing but a class name of your. So class B is created with inheritance features of class A. So the class B have the features of A as well as the class B has the features of B, what or she he or she gained. So C equal to 30 and D equal to 40. So when you use class A, you can able to find only A and B. But when you use class B, it has C and B static variables. Along with that, she has the class B has the inheritance of the class A. So the class B has A and B as well. So four static variables will be there, and df m2 and pass. So you can able to access two methods m1 and m2 in class B, and you can able to have four static variables a b c d. Any questions?
No, Omar.
So there are two variables a comma b and one method in a class A. So that is the thing what we know. But when since because of the extending the class of A to the B, we can find four variables a b c d and two methods m2 and m1 in a class B. Class B extending the class A means class B is combining the features of both class A and class B. So here B is called a subclass or a child class, and A we called as a base class or a parent class. If I'm going fast, let me know. Now you can see here simple example. Class A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. Df m1 print from superclass. Self.x equal to 4.5. Print A and print B. Now this class has two different static variables, one non-static variable. I can able to print A value and B value, but I not utilized my non-static variable here. So it's a superclass here. Now class B of A. So the features of A I'm extending to B also. So it has ABCD values, and when you're calling the B, I mentioned A equal to 50. So that means the value whatever I have in 10 is going to be override by as a 50. Now here I'm creating a method. So print from the child class because it's extended one. So b dot a plus b dot a equal to b dot a plus 5. So right now the a value is of 50, which was overrated by 10. 50 plus 5. 55 will be stored back to b dot a. Now print a b dot a. So system is going to display as 55. Print b dot b. System is going to show as 20. B dot c 30. B dot d 40. Now the sum of b dot a plus b dot b plus b dot c plus b dot d is nothing but 55 plus 30 plus 40 plus 20. You're going to get your e value. That is nothing but some value. Now from here I'm trying to access self.m1. So its system is going back to the class A and it's trying to print a value and b value. Now you tell me system will show a value as a 10 or a value as a 50. Are you getting my point? Just think logically. I extended my futures to b. So since because of extension, do you think that my skill will be changed?
No.
So according to that, what changes you will find out here? So what value I'll get it?
10.
So let's see. You mentioned 10. What is my expectation? Now you can see 55 got displayed because of this. A b value as 20, c value as 30, d value as 40, and sum is 145. Till this is fine. Now we are trying to access m1. M1 has non-static variable 4.5 and a value, b value has to be displayed. So a value is 10. You can see here, and b value is 20. It got displayed. Now I want to print x value self.x. So system displayed 4.5. So over, done. Now b equal to b, b1 equal to b. Nothing but object is created b1.m2. Again I can able to I initiated this one with the help of this, and b1.m1. You can see b1.m1. You are getting these values from superclass a and 10. Now print b.a. When you use b.a, system will store the revised value as 55. And when you use print a.a, a is not created, so object is created, has to be created. Print a.a, you're going to get 10. When you use b class, you'll get revised value. You can see here, when you use b.a, you're getting 55. When you use a.a, you're getting 10. Though the same static variable, same a class static variable, when you're going to use the superclass, you're getting different value. When you're using the child class, you're getting a different value. So be cautious which class you're referring while doing a program. It's supposed to be entirely new. Take reference from your class. No more, it has to be based on the calculation whatever I did because of some method or a class. Then take the child class. Are you getting my point?
Yes, Amar.
So couple of more examples in tomorrow's class on inheritance. We'll discuss few more concepts on tomorrow's class. How to handle your inheritance. Any questions from you people?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.